Now on 4 News Now at 6, funding concerns for Washington's Head Start programs. Why the executive director says rolling financial blackouts from the federal funding freeze could force them to shut down key programs.
Wednesday is a weather alert day. I'm tracking another round of snow piling on for a tricky morning commute. I'll show you how much you can expect where you live in the first alert forecast.
And hundreds of people in Spokane County died from an overdose last year, and they weren't all on the streets of downtown Spokane. We'll show you where a majority of them are taking place and what you can do to help anyone you know struggling with addiction. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. We'll get ready for another round of snow tonight as our team of weather experts are tracking another round of snow on the way. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. That is why they have declared tomorrow a weather alert day. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to hear what you can expect when you head out the door tomorrow morning.
Oh, it is going to be another round of that light, fluffy snow. And because there's not a lot of moisture in that snow, it can really pile up for a snowy morning commute over the entire region. However, most of the heavier snowfall totals are going to be south and east of the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, particularly the Palouse up through the central panhandle. And again, that is for Wednesday morning. And what you see right now sort of shows what we're dealing with. Spokane is going to be right on the far northwestern edge of the heavier snow falling across the Palouse and into the central panhandle through tomorrow morning. You could see those darker shades of blue are where we're seeing the heavier snow. Here's a look at the latest thinking on snowfall totals between now and tomorrow morning's commute. This is the broad view. You'll notice some of the bigger totals down around Moscow, Pullman, from St. Mary's up through the Silver Valley. Coeur d'Alene and Spokane in the 2 to 3 inch range. That might be a little low for Coeur d'Alene. And later in the broadcast, I'm going to take a much closer look at the metro area snowfall totals. We're also going to see some heavy snow south of Lewiston's on some of the higher benches there. Hour by hour, your forecast after a morning low of 17 degrees will be 18 at 7 o'clock, a 40% chance of snow through about 9 a.m. and then it tapers off. We may even see some sunshine throughout the day. Our high temperature tomorrow only 29 degrees. That's close to 10 degrees below average. And then the chance of snow is back in our forecast tomorrow evening. I'll let you know how much is going to pile up. And again, get down to the neighborhood level with those snowfall totals in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. An official with the Washington State Association of Head Start and ECAP said Head Start program providers experienced a half-day government shutdown following President Donald Trump's pause on federal grants and loans.
And while a federal judge temporarily blocked part of the administration's plans to freeze federal aid, Head Start program providers across the state say they are still dealing with issues. Marissa Rio tells us how this is affecting programs across the state.
Head Start programs are federally funded. They're early learning child care for kids ages 3 and 4. An official with the Washington State Association of Head Start and ECAP said program providers are currently dealing with what he calls rolling blackouts, where some programs aren't able to access their federal funding. As of now, the Head Start program here at Spokane Community College has not yet been affected, but fears amongst program providers across the state regarding what's next continue to linger. The executive director of the Washington State Association of Head Start and ECAP said several program providers can't access funds that are used to pay their staff and their bills. He said this could potentially lead to programs having to close, impacting some of our most vulnerable children.
We're really concerned about the precedent that it set, that we may be in for more of these kind of mini shutdowns or rolling blackouts. So it continues to be a problem. And, we're worried about the end game here. What's the Trump administration, Congress going to do?
Joel said programs are nervous that they won't be able to continue offering child care services to low-income kids and families. As of now, Joel said none of the Head Start programs across the state have had to shut their doors due to these funding issues, but several are waiting nervously. He told me he hopes these problems can get resolved. In studio, Marissa Rio for News Now.
All right, Marissa, thank you. Several CDC websites and data sets were taken down over the weekend following President Donald Trump's executive orders. CDC data on HIV and STDs were some of the pages removed, raising concerns across the nation. As of today, several of those pages have been restored, some with memos at the top reading, "CDC's website is being modified to comply with President Trump's executive orders." But as you can see here on your screen, pages like those related to LGBTQ youth remain unavailable. Some have questioned if these changes would at all affect their own medical care. We spoke with the Spokane Regional Health District, who said our local providers are very knowledgeable.
There's information from professional organizations also, like the American Medical Association, American Academy of Pediatrics, and many others. So I want to reassure the community, we're still focused on doing the work that needs to be done in Spokane. This doesn't impact our flow.
Dr. Velasquez continued to say that these changes with the CDC have not at all impacted their ability to deliver services at any level.
Flu cases are on the rise across the inland Northwest. So many staff members are sick at St. Aloysius School and Early Learning Center in Spokane that it is actually going to be closed tomorrow.
For those same reasons, the West Bonner School District canceled school the last 2 days at Priest River Lamana Junior Senior High School. Here's a look at the respiratory illness activity map from the CDC. As you can see, Washington is in the very high range. That's the dark red, while Idaho is in the high range. Doctors urge everyone to get a flu shot because it's the best way to lower your chances of getting sick.
Well, a woman is dead and a man is in the hospital following a shooting in Lewiston. According to the Lewiston Police Department, there were reports of a shooting near 4th Street and Park Avenue. And when officers arrived, they found a 36-year-old woman dead at the scene. There's still no word yet on what led up to the shooting. This is a developing story. We will update you as soon as we learn more. We now know how many people in Spokane County died last year from an overdose.
While other areas in the country are seeing those deaths level out, Spokane's continue to rise. 346 people died from overdoses in the county last year, and that number may increase as final data comes in. 301 overdose deaths were reported in 2023. And the people dying aren't just those living on our streets. They're also living in our neighborhoods. Hunter Bertram joins us live. And Hunter, they say a majority of those deaths are people with jobs, right?
Yeah, Derek, you know, that's right. When you're in downtown Spokane, drugs and overdoses can be front and center, especially when it comes to our homeless populations. However, the Spokane County Medical Examiner says that's not the entire picture, saying that others are dying from overdoses.
It's interesting to note that many of those dying from substance overdoses are housed and employed.
That's Dr. Singh with the Spokane County Medical Examiner's Office, showing us today how many people died from an overdose in the county in 2024. Here's data of where people died from overdoses from 2019 to 2023. Turns out each year, 60% or more of overdose deaths in our county have happened in homes and apartments.
It's your neighbors, it's your friends, it's your family, kids at school, professionals, attorneys, school teachers, it's everyone.
Really what we're seeing now is with fentanyl being so cheap and accessible that we're seeing an influx of people, using.
The medical examiner found fentanyl was present in about 80% of all overdose deaths in 2024. Simone Crooks told me that most of their patients are working and struggling with addiction. Only around 10% are homeless. But why are our neighbors using?
When people are not living a life that they're proud of or happy with, it's really easy to turn to a substance to try and escape. And then we mentioned the comfort of your own home, right? Sometimes that's comforting to people to isolate and not have to feel or think about their problems.
Crooks shared a few ways to prevent overdoses in your life. Encourage open conversations without judgment if someone seems to be struggling.
She also says to keep fentanyl testing strips handy. And I also asked the medical examiner if these community members who would be our neighbors are seeking out fentanyl specifically. They told me that's a complicated question because people have died. But in cases where they can gather that part of the story, many or most of the deceased do have a history of using fentanyl or Mexi pills. For now, live in downtown Spokane, I'm Hunter Bertram for News Now.
All right, Hunter, thank you. Still ahead, China is now pushing back against President Trump's new tariffs. How you and your wallet could be affected in this back and forth between the world's two largest economies.
Plus, you can get an AI-powered massage at the Coeur d'Alene Resort. Coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll explain why it's worth a try, even if massages really aren't usually your thing.
Plus, I'll tell you how a new bill in Idaho could cut your Medicaid benefits next on 4 News Now.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Every day on telly. Feel the love.
Weekdays at 2.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. I want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Where winning is just the beginning.
Looking for a cool new tricked-out truck? Perfect for the Inland Northwest? Then you need to visit Cal Cars, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's Truck Kings. From half to 3/4 ton to dualies and diesels. Like your deal, love your wheels this week at Cal.
Your home is more than a place, it's a feeling, a reflection of who you are. And at the Tin Roof, we believe furniture should do more than fill a room. It should inspire it. From timeless dining tables to sofas you can sink into and decor that tells your story, every piece is thoughtfully curated to make your space feel effortlessly you. Because it's not just furniture, it's where memories are made, where comfort lives, and where life happens. It's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
You didn't ask to get in a car wreck, but here you are, injured, out of work,
and the insurance company wants to fight you on everything. You didn't pick this fight,
but you can pick who finishes it.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
For our New Year, New Kitchen Super Sale and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region.
Upgrade your kitchen with the Frigidaire Professional 4-piece package and save up to $3,300.
Experience precision cooking. Keep your dishes sparkling. Sensor cooking technology and the Space Pro shelving system.
It's appliances, only appliances.
At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
Don Felder, formerly of the Eagles, one of the most innovative riff-generating songwriters of the modern rock era, will be live Thursday, March 6th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Well, a new bill in the Idaho State Legislature would limit the amount of people enrolled in Medicaid expansion.
Yeah, the program is currently helping almost 90,000 people in Idaho who can't afford medical insurance. Derek Strom explains how this bill could also be used to repeal Medicaid expansion entirely.
Houston, Derek. Coeur d'Alene Representative Jordan Redmond says this bill could save Idaho over $100 million per year without getting rid of Medicaid expansion, but it would come at the cost of tens of thousands of people losing their Medicaid coverage.
It establishes safeguards for the continued expansion of Medicaid eligibility for able-bodied adults.
House Bill 138 is designed to limit the amount of people enrolled in Medicaid expansion in Idaho to 50,000, meaning nearly 40,000 people currently enrolled would lose their coverage. Over 60% of voters approved Medicaid expansion in 2018, but now multiple bills have been introduced to either repeal or make cuts to the program to save money.
The potential cost saving for the state is between $109 million and $163 million, with the greater savings for the state being to retain Medicaid expansion with all safeguards met.
The safeguards would include putting a 3-year limit on the amount of time anyone eligible would receive Medicaid benefits. The bill does not offer any alternatives for people who are no longer eligible or would run out of eligibility. And if the safeguards in the bill aren't met, Medicaid expansion would be repealed entirely.
All of the lost tax revenue that comes from essentially losing $1 billion of federal funding coming into the state. Should I not be concerned about all of those countervailing costs? Because my back of the envelope is that it would cost us about $140 million, and this only references savings.
Those against the bill say the majority of Idahoans still support Medicaid expansion. Bills that would repeal or cut the program don't represent the voters. The bill says if federal or state agencies fail to meet the requirements for limiting enrollment, the money that would be used for Medicaid would be redirected to serve the truly needy. 90% of Medicaid in Idaho is funded by the federal government. In studio, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, Derek, thanks so much. Lawmakers in Olympia are hoping to pass a bill that would provide free meals to public school students regardless of their family's income.
We know that if they have access to nutrition, they'll thrive in school, they can learn, grow, and play, and they'll do it in a healthy way.
We'll explain why some lawmakers say the state can't afford to pay for all these meals tonight at 6:30.
4 things to know about your weather. It is a weather alert day for Wednesday, a snowy morning commute, especially on the Palouse where heavy snow is expected. It's going to be breezy and cold in North Idaho. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Walker's Furniture.
It's the Hard Knock Life for us. One of the most popular musicals of all time is back. See Annie, Broadway's favorite orphan, live on stage in an all-new production, hailed by the Chicago Tribune as one of the best family musicals ever written. Annie is back to spread hope for all the hard knocks life throws your way. So clear away those sorrows and get your tickets to Annie today.
February 28th through March 2nd at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets on sale now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
I live here. What's going on?
Older woman placed a 911 call.
Move. Mom! She's alone.
We're gonna find her.
These kidnappers who took my mother could be murderers.
New Rule Tracked tonight on ABC. Viewer discretion advised.
I'm Drew Henry, tea maker and founder of Revival Tea Company, and we're right here at Yolks Fresh Market. We started in 2018 in Spokane. We are super proud of getting our peppermint from Washington State, our honey from bees in Spokane. We've collaborated with Dry Fly and turned into canned cocktails. We definitely would not be where we're at today without the support from some amazing local partners like Yolks. Oh yeah, the more and more we can work together, that's been a really fun thing as we continue to grow.
Check out Revival Tea at Yolks Fresh Market.
For over 15 years, Blessings and Beyond has been a beacon of hope for people experiencing homelessness or tragic circumstances in Spokane. From meals to clothing and hygiene essentials, they meet the community's needs with compassion and love.
You can help families in need by visiting Bless Coffee, ordering catering, or booking a private event. All proceeds go to help those in need.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to donate $1,000 to Blessings and Beyond. This is how Numerica cares for kids.
Magical moments. Snowy adventures. Warming up. Making memories. A winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
All right, I mentioned this to Chris earlier. Just the second time all season I had to bust out the snowblower today.
I saw one of my neighbors using one too. I just crunched right through it because I had to get to the daycare and get here.
Well, it was such a joy to snowblow because it is this light, fluffy snow that I saw people just brooming it off. And we have more of that light, fluffy snow falling across the region, and it piles up pretty well when you've got a snow to liquid to snow ratio like we have. Here's a look at the winter weather alerts. They're in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. The further north and west you go, the lower the snowfall totals as you head south and east onto the Palouse, the central panhandle, the LC Valley. That's where we're seeing the higher totals, 2 to 6 inches of snow around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. There's going to be a wide variety. The heavier totals will be on the Idaho side of the border, 1 to 4 in parts of the Columbia Basin, 1 to 3 in the northern valleys, but above 4,000 feet, you're going to see heavier totals there, up to a foot of snow in the central Panhandle Mountains, and again, the Palouse with that 4 to 9. Zoomed in on our radar right now, we are starting to see some snow developing around the Spokane area. I just looked out the window here in downtown, nothing reaching the ground yet because we are just on that very far edge of this snow. But we've got some light snow happening in Coeur d'Alene right now and points to the south. That dark blue indicates where we are seeing some of the heavier snow around St. Mary's, Moscow, and south of Pullman, and also further to the south around the Camas Prairie. Forecast radar starting off at our current time. We are going to keep that snow going through the overnight, and then by early tomorrow morning starting to see that clear a little bit. Here's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning with snow in extreme eastern portions of the Panhandle and into western Montana. Mostly dry throughout the day, and then another round of snow, but this one is not going to last as long, coming in for tomorrow evening, and then it's going to be extremely hit and miss from then on out. I'm going to zoom in on some of the snowfall totals through Thursday morning, and up to 3 inches in Meade, Northtown, Orchard Prairie, almost 3.5 inches of snow, over 3.5 inches of snow out on Moran Prairie, and 3 at the airport. Further to the east, totals in excess of 4 inches in Spokane Valley, Liberty Lake, and Orchard, almost 5 inches there. 5 inches in Hayden, and almost 6 at Rathdrum, over at 5 inches at Bennett Bay. Meanwhile, windy conditions continue in North Idaho, where we're dealing with the wind chill. Temperatures right now are in the teens through the Panhandle, 18 in Coeur d'Alene, 14 in Bonners Ferry. And with those northerly winds, it feels like it's 1 below in Sandpoint, 0 in Coeur d'Alene, and Port Kalispell, 18 below wind chill there. Tomorrow's highs will be in the 20s to right around 30 degrees, and it will be breezy in North Idaho, not as windy as it was today. And in your 7-day forecast, it is going to remain cold, 20s and low 30s for highs through the 7-day forecast. Only spotty snow showers and some very cold mornings right on through the 7 days, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, a trade war between the U.S. and China is currently underway. What it could mean for your budget next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Why wait? The President's Day sale is here early at all Walker's Furniture stores with store-wide discounts and fast delivery. Now is the time to upgrade and save, or enjoy 0% interest financing this week at Walker's.
The future's uncertain, but you're more likely to get a high-paying gig if you're armed with college or career training after high school. WA Grant makes that education affordable or even free. See if you qualify at wogrant.org.
RV show pricing continues now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Yes, every RV in stock at R&R RV Liberty Lake is show priced. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Cougar, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show priced. Now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Shop online at rnrrv.com or visit R&R RV in Liberty Lake, Eastern Washington's largest RV dealer.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
When it comes to taking care of your car, trust the family-owned service department that puts you first. At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we don't just fix cars, we keep your family safe on the road. With no hidden fees or surprise charges, you'll always know exactly what you're paying for. And with us, you only pay a 6% tax on parts, never on labor. Come to Coeur d'Alene Honda, where quality service meets honest pricing every time. Call us to schedule an appointment today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Parker Subaru.
Around the world tonight, China is hitting back on President Trump's tariffs.
With this back and forth between two of the world's largest economies, you and your wallet could end up caught in the middle. CNN's Karen Kaifa explains.
There is a lot to sort through here and a lot to keep track of because the true impact of these tariffs won't truly be felt until retailers and businesses need to fill their warehouses again.
The day after Mexico and Canada negotiated respective 30-day pauses on President Donald Trump's proposed 25% tariffs on their goods coming into the U.S.
We've found a good, I think, accommodation here, and we're going to be showing progress over the next 30 days.
Trump's 10% tariff on all goods coming to the U.S. from China took effect after midnight on Tuesday, and Beijing pushed back with tariffs on some U.S. energy and metals imports. The moves elevating trade tensions between the world's two largest economies, and eventually the American consumer could get caught in the middle.
I think it's a lose-lose. It's just a question of how big the loss. It raises prices, raises inflation, and of course, we've been through a very wrenching period globally with high inflation. It's been a real problem.
Among items that could see higher prices, consumer electronics like phones, TVs, and computers, toys, jewelry, silverware, and sporting equipment, and shoes and sneakers imported in large numbers from China. The real impact will be felt once businesses deplete their current warehouse stock and need to bring in more, unless the U.S. and China strike a deal soon. Democrats note the tariffs don't align with the economic relief Trump promised in his 2024 campaign.
Tariffs will undoubtedly drive up costs. You shared some of those numbers earlier, and people are living paycheck to paycheck. This is the opposite of what Trump ran on and what the American people want.
Beijing has signaled it wants to try to avoid the kind of trade war that took place during Trump's first term when the White House slapped, try that again, 3, 2, 1. Beijing has signaled it wants to try to avoid the kind of trade war that took place during Trump's first term when the White House slapped tariffs on lots of U.S. imports from China and Beijing retaliated. The White House has said that President Trump does plan to speak with Chinese President Xi Jinping. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Well, today, the Trump administration is taking steps to dismantle the Department of Education. Sources tell ABC News President Trump is expected to call for the Education Secretary to submit a proposal for dismantling the department. It would also call for Congress to pass legislation to shut it down. The president has promised to send education policy back to the states.
We spend more per pupil than any other country in the world, and we're ranked at the bottom of the list. We're ranked very badly. And what I want to do is let the states run schools.
As of now, there's no word on when the president plans to sign this executive order.
Recovery crews in D.C. say they've recovered the remains of all 67 people who were killed in the mid-air crash between an Army helicopter and an American Airlines flight. D.C.'s Unified Command says workers are now focused on removing the remaining wreckage of the plane from the Potomac River. Crews plan to remove the helicopter wreckage from the river later this week. All right, still ahead, Washington State is debating a bill to provide free meals for all public school students.
Why some are concerned about how to fund the program if it gets approved. Plus, the city of Spokane says nearly $50 million is at risk because of the federal funding freeze. We'll show you the programs that are already being impacted coming up on 4 News Now at 6:30.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
YWCA Spokane is writing the next chapter in our celebration of extraordinary women. Women who rise up to make a positive impact on our community. Join us, and together we'll be equal, powerful, and unstoppable.
It's the Hard Knocks Life. Broadway's favorite orphan is back to spread hope for all the hard knocks life throws your way. Don't miss Annie in an all-new production for the whole family, and just when we need it the most.
Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
It's the President's Day mattress event at Walker's, where this week, when you purchase select mattresses, you'll get up to $300 of free furniture and free mattress delivery. Plus, enjoy no-interest financing for 5 years. This week at Walker's.
Get ready for the concert event of the summer. On the road again. Catch Willie Nelson and family. Bob Dylan. Billy Strings. And more at the Outlaw Music Festival's 10th anniversary tour, May 22nd, One Spokane Stadium. Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday at 10 p.m. before the general public on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Get tickets at ticketswest.com.
What can we make for you today from the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana?
Do you like this one? I think this is my favorite. Okay. Hon, what do you think of this one?
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
Wow, is this going to be ready in time for the baby?
Absolutely.
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
Tomorrow.
It's me, Cap. Good morning, America.
What will happen when Captain America takes over morning TV?
This is your captain speaking. Strap in. It's going to be one heck of a ride.
Anthony Mackie live on GMA. Tomorrow.
Only on Good Morning America.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, welcome back. We are talking more snow.
Yep, we had a round overnight, and it sounds like we're expecting more overnight tonight. Let's get to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker now.
Well, in fact, it is snowing right now at the 4 News Now studios. Boy, I tell you, the arena, the podium, they keep the cleanest walks of any place I have ever seen. So there is not a flake to be found. They probably go out there and shovel it as it falls, but it is falling right now. It'll be waiting for you when you head out the door tomorrow morning. That is why tomorrow is a weather alert day for another snowy morning commute across the entire region, but especially south and east of the Spokane area, the Palouse, the LC Valley, and the Central Panhandle. And that is where we're finding the heaviest snow right now. Spokane just right on the edge of the action, but it is going to be picking up in intensity later this evening and piling up. This is the latest thinking on some of the snowfall totals around the region. You'll notice some very heavy snowfall totals down on the Palouse and into the Central Panhandle. This is between now and 8 a.m. We'll be adding to it as things continue. In fact, a winter storm warning in effect for the Palouse and the Central Panhandle until 10 a.m. tomorrow. So there'll be more snow falling through the commute. Meanwhile, in Spokane, the chance of snow will continue until about 10 a.m. and then it begins to taper off. We'll start the day off actually a morning low of 17 degrees. Not especially breezy tomorrow, but in North Idaho, you'll continue to deal with the wind chill. We're going to have a high temperature of 29. And then tomorrow evening, we have another round of light snow coming in. And then any snow that's left at your house is going to be around for a while. We have some cold weather in the 7-day forecast. I'll let you know what to expect in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right. We'll hear from you soon here, Chris. $48 million. That's how much the city of Spokane says is at risk if a federal funding freeze goes through.
But some programs are still feeling the impact of last week's temporary freeze. Alexandra Cohen-Yard shares the impact you could see in your daily life should these funds not go through.
We all just feel so vulnerable right now. I'm looking at temporary layoffs as a plan of action. If we don't receive these funds, I don't know how to handle payroll.
Chaos erupted after last week's funding freeze. While most operations have gotten back on track, the Lands Council, a local nonprofit, still has a third of its operating budget on hold.
We've been advised to freeze our work, and because we contract with the city, we we have to acquiesce to that request.
The city of Spokane is in the middle of several projects that it expects federal funds to reimburse due to prior agreements. For many of those projects, money has already been sent to recipients.
If a federal funding freeze is permanent, the city could be on the hook for a lot of money that we expect from the federal government.
In response to last week's temporary freeze, the city of Spokane took a deep dive at which departments would be impacted if another one were to take place. It identified around $48 million in projects and programs that would be at risk.
Really does touch every person in the city, not necessarily those that just rely on government assistance for housing. It's things like the Tree Equity Program, where that provides trees in disadvantaged communities.
And it is neighborhoods like this one in East Central that would be able to get more trees through the Tree Equity Program. The hope for these tree planting projects isn't just to bring environmental justice, it's also to offer opportunities within our community.
And we were going to have jobs for formerly incarcerated and houseless community members to do the watering of these trees. And so I just wish people could know how far-reaching the effects of this funding freeze could be.
The city of Spokane says it is still evaluating and working with federal agencies to see what next steps it should take. In Spokane, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
Well, book publishers, authors, and librarians are joining forces and are now suing Idaho over its 2024 law that allows for the removal of books deemed inappropriate for minors. Right now in Idaho, people can submit a form to their local library that requests specific books to be reviewed for potentially harmful material. Those suing the state argue this law is vague and a violation of the First Amendment.
Banning a book is the resort of a government that has lost confidence in the power of its own message. Not only are book bans wrong, they are counterproductive. If a student cannot discover quality books curated by trained and dedicated professionals, such as teachers or librarians, unreliable sources from the internet and social media will likely fill the gap.
Dan Novak, the vice president of the Penguin Random House, one of the 5 publishers who has filed the lawsuit, says the damage of this law is profound and that it is causing for the removal of classic books from public libraries and schools.
Well, take a look at this. That is 4 News Now's Madeline Mullins testing out a new type of massage from an AI-driven machine. So this new tech is called A-Escape.
Yeah, there are around 20 of these machines in the country, and one of them is at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort and Hotel. Madeline shows us how this machine works and if it's better than a real massage therapist.
At first glance, this machine looks more like a daunting dentist chair than a massage table. I had to try it out for myself.
Oh, that's great. Right now, I'm getting a back massage without the help of a masseuse.
And staff at Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort and Hotel agree.
I loved it, so I got an hour massage. I almost fell asleep.
This machine uses AI to get an accurate scan of your body, so it knows exactly where to apply pressure.
Those kind of infrared scan, AI scan your body on your back and your glutes. And then the hands, when you're getting a massage, you can see it on the tablet, look like just little circular pads, and it shows right where they're all at on your body.
This machine offers an alternative for those who want a personalized massage but aren't comfortable with someone else's hands touching them.
A lot of people don't like it when other people touch you. You don't like being so revealed. Some people don't like oils. This is a lot more personalized, and you're kind of just by yourself with the machine.
And while this machine does not replace a real person giving you a massage, it can't find that knot in your back and work it out for you. The user can control the pressure and how much time is being spent in an area and signal when something feels good.
There's multiple choices you have when it comes to massages you can get in there, and also you can skip through portions. So say if you did like a full upper back massage, but you want to focus on your shoulders, you can skip the lower back and the mid back and only do the shoulder parts, and you could replay them over and over and over again if you'd like.
30-minute and hour-long sessions are available for this machine, and booking is now open.
And don't worry, I am really working. In Idaho, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
It doesn't look like it, Madeline. I'm very jealous if you can't tell.
We were trying to figure out how much this is going to cost. It sounds like it's actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah, not bad.
All right, well, Washington State men's basketball is on a 4-game slide and has plenty of tough games ahead to end this regular season.
Yep, following this weekend's loss to USF, the Cougs now go to Oregon State Jets.
Right, Derek, it's a perfect chance for the Cougs to get the streak broken. Get some wins in. You'll hear from head coach David Riley on how he's weathering this storm and looks positively ahead in just a few minutes.
Such a big part of their team offensively. Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. 4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota.
Why wait? The President's Day sale is here early at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores with store-wide discounts and fast delivery from our huge local inventory so you can transform your home your way. Choose that bedroom set you've been dreaming of. Refresh your living space. Grab the hottest new styles that just arrived or enjoy no money down financing to make it all yours. Only at Walker's, where quality just costs less.
It's the region's largest boat show. 10 days of boats, unbeatable deals, and nonstop fun. Explore the region's largest showroom. Unbeatable pricing. Discover better boats, the largest selection of inventory, and the biggest savings, all under one roof. See the latest models from top brands like Cobalt, Malibu, Axis, Regal, Barletta, Cruisers Yachts, Harris, and Chris Craft. Plus an incredible selection of pre-owned boats. The Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo, January 30th through February 8th. A 10-day event you don't want to miss.
If your bath has seen a lot of life, nobody gives it new life like Bath Fitter. Whatever shape your bath is in, Bath Fitter will transform it with an amazing number of styles and watertight walls that are grout-free and easy to clean. With 40 years of experience, Bath Fitter knows what people want. An affordable remodel that isn't just beautiful, it's guaranteed for life. When it's time to give your bath new life, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Ready to enjoy some February fun? The Kootenai Casino has a getaway just for you. Book your room now and cozy out for just $59 per night midweek and $89 on the weekend. And enjoy 2 free breakfast vouchers. Win big during our Mardi Gras Masquerade giveaway. And celebrate Valentine's Day and President's Day with extra bonus play. Stay and win at the Inn. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Streaming services, music apps, meal kits, and more. So easy to sign up for and so easy to forget about.
Some of them I'm not using, and it's just wasting money.
How can you axe those subscriptions and start saving? 4 News Now tests out tracking tools that offer to do the work for you and shows you easy ways to cancel those subscriptions for good. Kirsten O'Connor reports. Watch Thursday, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Let's rewind to January 4th. That evening, Washington State men's basketball defeated the San Francisco Dons in an impressive upset dub in Beasley Coliseum that brought the record to 13-3, 3-0 in conference play. And since that day, Cougs are now 2-6. Their 2 wins against the bottom 2 teams in the WCC standings. Wazoo's current 4-game losing streak is a sobering one as they enter the final month stretch of the regular season, still needing to play Gonzaga, St. Mary's, and Santa Clara again, plus a trip to Oregon State this Thursday. The team spoke to the media today on how to curb this rough stretch and get back to winning in a very difficult next few weeks.
We had the understanding that if we're going to beat these teams and win like we want to win, we have to be a connected group, and we got to do things our way, not my way. And I think our guys have tried to do that all year, but the rubber hasn't really hit the road until now, and I think we're understanding the importance of that a little bit more.
Cougs lost that USF rematch this Saturday by 24, their biggest margin in a loss since the start of this losing streak when they fell at Santa Clara by 28. This is the sole meeting this season between the former and soon-to-be Pac-12 schools. The Cougs winners of 5 straight against the Beavers, only losing once by 2 points in the 8 meetings since 2020 began. Tip-off is this Thursday at 8 p.m. Yvonne Ejim of the Gonzaga women's basketball team continues to rake in more and more award watch list nods, now appearing today on the College All-Star midseason watch list. The full watch list has almost 70 players featured, but Ejim is the only representative from the West Coast Conference. If Ejim makes it, that would mark back-to-back seasons of Zag in this game, following Kaylee Truong from a year ago. Ejim and the Zags return to the hardwood in a couple days, traveling to Moraga, California to take on the St. Mary's Gales. Gonzaga blew out St. Mary's in their last meeting almost exactly a year ago. The Gales are the last first team Gonzaga hasn't played yet in their conference schedule. Tip-off in California is Thursday at 6:30 p.m. And now you can look at our high school basketball games we have on tap for tonight, starting in GSL 3-4A. Gonzaga Prep and Shadle Park battling Highlanders Senior Night. Same goes for Central Valley and Meade. Great games there for both the boys and the girls. Lewis and Clark hosting Mount Spokane, seeking upsets, and Cheney welcoming Ridgeline down south, plus University Senior Night against the Ferris Saxons. In 2A, Clarkston traveling to North Central, Deer Park to East Valley, Pullman out to West Valley. Those are the battle of the top 2 teams in the boys' standings. Very excited to get to the rest of those games. We'll have all that coming up on Nightside, and that'll wrap it up for sports. Back to you all at the desk.
All right, Jack, thank you. Washington lawmakers are considering providing free breakfast and lunch to all K-12 students across the state.
Albert James is in Olympia with why supporters say the food is crucial to student success and how the state's budget woes could challenge the proposal.
We know that if they have access to nutrition, they'll thrive in school, they can learn, grow, and play, and they'll do it in a healthy way.
Under current state law, public, charter, and state tribal education compact schools must provide free meals to any kindergarten through 4th grade student if at least 40% of the school is eligible for a free or reduced lunch. Senate Bill 5352 would expand that benefit to all students regardless of grade or school population, meaning any student could request a free breakfast or lunch.
We talk a lot about academic success, test scores here. We know none of that is attainable if a kid's got issues with being hungry in school.
One student from King County says expanding free meals would provide a great help to families economically struggling, but not enough to qualify for free or reduced food.
It's not that my family can't afford to add money to mine and my siblings' account. I personally just want to take that burden off my family. Having the assurance that I can get lunch anytime would relieve that stress for me too.
However, the state's projected budget shortfall of $12 billion over the next 4 years is casting a shadow on the proposal. Early Learning and K-12 Education Committee Chair Lisa Wellman says crucial funding increases for materials and operating costs, special education, and student transportation will already cost the state an additional $1 billion.
I don't believe we'll be able to fund all of these items, plus meals on top of that, as much as we would like to be providing everything we possibly can to students.
She pressed supporters on what would need to take a back seat. Some say the free meal expansion could be phased in over time, while others say new taxes could support all of the priorities and boost student outcomes.
Washington, still having the second most regressive tax code in the country, creates an opportunity for you to pass progressive new revenue measures that would not only fully fund the big 3, but would also add meals to that equation.
Similar legislation was heard in the House Appropriations Committee on Monday. Both bills have yet to be scheduled for a committee vote. At the state capitol in Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
Well, some lawmakers in Boise are once again trying to limit who can fill out an absentee ballot in Idaho.
The bill is sponsored by North Idaho Representative Joe Alfieri. He says it's meant to help prevent voter fraud.
By putting something in the mail, you lose the chain of command. You don't have the ability to track what's happened. When you go to vote in person, you are identifying yourself to the poll worker. They're verifying who you are.
Right now, anyone in the GEM state can request an absentee ballot. If approved, only certain people would be able to request one, and that includes anyone actively serving in the military, anyone 65 or older, and those on a religious mission, to just name a few. There has been some pushback saying it stands that this legislation favors those over 65 years old. One lawmaker saying this could limit young mothers' ability to vote.
I don't see any exceptions here for mothers that might have 6 kids that their husbands might be working, and to drag them all out. I don't see an exception in here for that, and I think that that's every bit as valid as a 65-year-old.
Well, last year, House lawmakers approved a similar bill, but it stalled in the Senate. Today, the House committee voted to advance the bill, and it will get a full hearing in the coming weeks.
4 things to know about your weather. It is a weather alert day Wednesday for a snowy morning commute. That snow is going to be especially heavy on the Palouse and all points south and east of Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. It's also going to be breezy through North Idaho and cold. A lot of cold in the 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Where would you get engaged? At our most spectacular historic hotel? On the prairie? On a mountaintop? Wherever you get engaged, we want to help you mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers, where Spokane gets engaged since 1950.
Looking for a cool new tricked out truck? Perfect for the Inland Northwest? Then you need to visit Cal Cars, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's Truck Kings. From half to 3/4 ton to dualies and diesels. Like your deal, love your wheels this week at Cal.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza.
I work late shifts. Car Wash Plaza is open 24/7. That works for me.
I feel safe. It's so well lit, and there's security lights everywhere.
Strong water jets cover everything. The roof, the sides, even the undercarriage.
The central dog wash is so convenient, no hassle, keeps the dog clean, and keeps my house clean too.
It's easy at Car Wash Plaza. It's the best in the Northwest.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
4 News Now is brought to you by Inland Imaging.
All right, more snow, and it actually does look pretty beautiful in a lot of parts of downtown.
Fluffy, really nice little white, just kind of outlines.
What do they call it? Nature Spanx. It just sort of smooths and covers everything, right?
I've never heard that.
Yes, it's just beautiful. Let's take a look at a live view from our camera here at 500 West Boone Avenue, and it's starting to stick. Uh-oh, Public Facilities District, you better get a broom out there and clean up that parking lot. It is coming down, and it's difficult to see until you look at the street lights, and then you can see that snow. It's really coming in and almost vertically blowing because there's a little bit of a wind going along with it. We have winter weather alerts in effect. It is a winter weather advisory for the area shaded in purple on your screen, and there's a wide number of snowfall totals from only around 1 inch to 4 inches in the Columbia Basin, 2 to 6 around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. And that is because we are right on the edge of a system that's going to bring much heavier snow further to the south and east. We're zoomed in on radar right now, and we're seeing that snow through the Spokane area. It does taper off as you head further to the north up around Chewelah, Inchelium, Republic, and then the further south you go, Harrison, Worley, Plummer, and eventually Pullman and Moscow. We're seeing that heavier snow also up through the central panhandle where it has been just dumping. Our forecast radar, we're going to see that snow continuing through most of the overnight. It will begin to ease up by the morning commute, but there's going to be plenty of snow waiting for you on that morning drive. And then we'll see not a complete and total end to the snow, and then another round coming in Wednesday evening. However, this will be fairly short-lived and light, moving out as quickly as it moves in. And additional snowfall totals with this round will not be as impressive. In fact, let's take a look. This is our snowfall totals through Thursday at 8 a.m. And this is just an estimate, but it does show the difference between just a little bit further south and east, Moran Prairie, almost 4 inches, but 9 Mile, not even 2 inches of snow. And then as we head further to the east into Spokane Valley, Liberty Lake, over 4 inches will be common, especially further south. Bennett Bay, over 5 inches of snow. Rathdrum, one of the exceptions, over 6 inches of snow. Speaking of North Idaho, the wind continues to be an issue, and that is causing problems with wind chill values. Here's a look at our temperatures right now. Wind chill values in the single digits and even below 0. Tomorrow's high temperatures will be below freezing in many locations, so that snow that you're getting is going to be sticking around. But we do dry out a mix of sun and clouds over the next several days, and some very cold mornings, just spotty snow showers from Sunday through Tuesday. Derek?
All right. Chris, thank you. The Super Bowl is this Sunday, and many people are planning to gather with friends to watch the game. And with that, of course, comes the cost of food. While the overall cost for Super Bowl parties this year is about the same as last year, prices for some individual foods have changed dramatically. Chicken wings are up more than 7% in the past year. Shrimp is down 4%. And for your vegetable trays, prices for cherry tomatoes, red bell peppers, and avocados are way up since last year, but some costs are down.
Broccoli, celery, some of the other crops are down from a year ago, substantially down. And so that's a real benefit, especially if you want to eat healthy.
If you're planning a trip to the supermarket to shop for your Super Bowl bash, check out what promotions local stores may be running to help you save some money.
And before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Next ET, the new era of Marvel is here.
I'm interested to see where it goes.
We're with Captain America Anthony Mackie and Red Hulk Harrison Ford. Next ET.
Watch Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. Are you paying for subscriptions you don't even use?
Some of them I'm not using, and it's just wasting money.
From tracking tools to do-it-yourself, 4 News Now shows you easy ways to cancel those subscriptions and start saving. Thursday on Good Morning Northwest.
From solid wood cabinets to designer patterned carpets and Italian-made tiles for exotic looks, Brothers Flooring and Design in Spokane and Post Falls has been helping homeowners discover fun, new products to remodel and improve their kitchens, bedrooms, and bathrooms for almost 10 years.
At Brothers Flooring and Design, we don't want you just to like your floors, we want you to love them.
At Brothers Flooring, we make it beautiful.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice, relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Life moves fast, and we get it. You're busy. Our digital banking can change how you manage your money. Whether you're chatting with a representative after hours, depositing a check from your phone, or meeting with us face-to-face. Wherever life takes you, we've got you covered. It's your money. Access it anytime, anywhere. Open your account at p1fcu.org. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gold Seal Plumbing.
Tomorrow is a weather alert day, a tricky morning commute for snow, especially south and east of Spokane, and then a lot of cold days ahead.
Yeah, I see an 11 up there.
Yeah, that one goes to 11.
Keep all those warm clothes handy. We'll see you tonight at 11 for Nightside.